Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. I parked on the side of the road here. It's a fairly busy road and I get recognized sometimes, so I've got a different ball cap on and a different jacket. And I'm gonna go camp behind a fire hall tonight. Something tells me there's not gonna be a break in traffic at all, so I'm just gonna wander in. Beautiful clearing in here, but it looks like an animal has died here. It was quite a while ago. There's nothing but bones left, but I don't want to set up my campsite along a game trail with dead animal bones on it. Nobody's going to see me in here. This is just perfect. I'm going to try to get a bit closer to the fire hall and see where I can set up a tent tonight. This spot here is really close to the roundabout, but you know roundabouts, people have enough trouble driving through them without looking in the bushes, so I'm not worried. This looks okay, looks promising here. I think right in here looks like a good spot for the tent. There's a lot of traffic, but there's no sidewalk there. I also have a pretty good view of the fire hall on that side. And they shouldn't see me because we got another 2 hours of daylight, and seeing into the woods in the dark, that's just impossible. It's T-minus 2 hours until darkness. I'm not going to set up my tent, but I'm going to make sure all the parts are here. And it'll be ready to set up quick, but also ready to take it down if there is a problem. This entire place smells like you've just set up a Christmas tree in your living room, a real Christmas tree. It smells amazing here. Just about ready to set this up. I'm gonna get a little closer to the fire hall to see if I can see any activity. It is a volunteer fire hall. And the last thing we want to see is anybody getting dispatched, because they're always going to something that they'd much rather not. But who knows, they might have a training night, they do a big test burn in the parking lot or something, I don't know. It would be cool. And I'll enjoy a frosty, yet refreshing beverage. Okay, there's lights on, so gotta be a receptionist in there or something. Definitely vehicles in the parking lot, so somebody's in there, likely doing paperwork, the funnest work of all. All right, I like to try and find the more local beers when I'm traveling around. This, I don't even know where it's from. Qualicum Beach, very close by. This is a Fern and Cedar Brewing Oceanside Lager that I'm gonna crack real stealthy. Beautiful, that's a stealth crack. That is a textbook stealth crack. You can't even taste the fern or the cedar. It's really good. I think that's just the name of the brewing company. I don't think they make their beers with ferns and cedars. Quiet evening at the fire hall. But that's good. It's a very good thing. It means people are being responsible. They got batteries in their smoke detectors, carbon monoxide alarms, fire extinguisher in the kitchen, all of that stuff. I heard something out this way where my camp is going to be set up, and I don't want to have any problems out here, so I'm going to check. Everything looks good. Twilight is here, and it is time for me to get this done while I can still see what I'm doing. Here we go. Perfect size. Not quite big enough to be comfortable and not quite small enough to be stealthy. Goldilocks zone. For people that wonder This is a gear top tent. Got it a few years ago. And I got a message from them. And they said, "We love your channel. Wondering if you'd like to try a gear top camo tent." Obviously, they don't watch the channel because I own their tent and I've used it. As with a lot of these really small tents, they don't stand up on their own unless they're pegged down. So it limits the options of kind of where you can set up, but it keeps them small enough to fit in the backpack with, I've got a pretty substantial sleeping bag tonight and some food, and it's stealthy, I can say that much. All the yard lights and the lights in the fire hall just lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm still pretty shaded from any of the light coming in here. I should have investigated that first, but it's a happy surprise. It seems to be working out quite nicely. I'm hidden in the shadows. I got a scanner app. It's letting me hear all the radios here for the fire and rescue service. And this will let me know if anything is going to happen I need to be on guard for. I can't even understand what they're saying though, but that noise did not sound good. They said something. It's a little bit darker, so I'm going to walk around behind the fire hall here and kind of check this place out a bit more. Somebody in the parking lot looks like they're reporting for duty. Things are getting a bit more active around here. And they got a huge training facility on the back here by the looks of it. Maybe we'll do that test burn tonight. No problem getting a cell signal here today. That's about the biggest cell tower I've ever seen. It's shaping up to be a relatively quiet day. And that's okay. 5 p.m. on the dot, and a lot of people are showing up here. So they might be doing CPR training or something. There's a lot of stuff that happens down at the fire halls. They really do a good job for the community. And yep, more people pulling up as we speak. So some activity here. I'm gonna remain stealthy and slink back into the darkness. Well, that's cool. It looks like they were doing a tour for some families in the fire hall there, and the tour is over. They're on their way out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nobody here overnight, so quiet night. Beautiful fire hall though. It's a 4-bay modern facility. The whole community should be proud of this place. It will serve well for years to come. Years to come. Okay, there are lights flashing on and off inside that building. Just gonna tuck back myself a little bit here. I don't know what that means. I've never known a flashing light to be good. Really hoping everyone's okay and this is a false alarm, but huge testament to these volunteers here that have actually shown up incredibly quickly after the light inside started flashing. And, you know, prayers for everybody here. Can't say enough about these volunteers here, because that alarm, the call went off right around dinner time. They'd have been sitting down with their families and had to leave and rush off. It's such an honorable thing and selfless. So I'm gonna weasel my way back here and cook some dinner, or get my dinner prepared and get the sleeping bag set up. It's cooling off here a little bit. Actually just in time. Looks like they're coming back from the call. See how this meal works out. I got these vacuum flask thermoses. Because I'm outside of a fire hall, I'm not gonna cook meal with an open flame. Every single time I do, the stove catches on fire, something explodes, and I go running for dear life. And we can't have that happening right beside a fire hall. That's inappropriate and disrespectful. So I warmed up some shaved deli beef and some au jus earlier. I don't think this is a park people usually cook in. See if it's still warm. Things could be delicious. It's highly possible. Well, this is lukewarm, so could be worse. This one with the au jus in it. Still steaming. Okay, good. Yeah. Now this is a good sandwich. Why have I never used thermoses before? This is a game changer. Okay. To cut down on the gear, I'm not bringing a sleeping pad. Soft enough here. That's easy. Got this thing. Should be good for 20 Fahrenheit or -7 Celsius. We'll see. This is like a prime example of why you shouldn't leave these things crushed up in a bag all the time, because you really have to poof them back up again. Like there's spots in here where there's no loft at all, and it's hopefully gonna work for me. Turn off this light and fluff this around enough to hopefully make it come back to life. Alright, I'm getting a bit cold. I'm going to crawl in here and try to fluff around that sleeping bag because I think it's wrecked from being probably put away a little bit wet or moist and crushed down to nothing because it is basically like lumpy all over. We'll see. Thankfully, despite the fact the sleeping bag is a little iffy, I'm in a tent and it's much warmer in here. The ground is soft. I'm gonna keep a close ear out for any other issues that can arise through the night, but I'm all set up in here. See you guys in the morning. Morning. I didn't hear anything else at that fire hall last night, so it was pretty quiet, aside from all the raging traffic going right by, and the airplanes taking off and landing because there's an airport not far. But I'm gonna get out of here. At the very least, start packing some stuff up. This crazy little sleeping bag. For the life of me, I don't know what happened here, but it's been pretty good in the past, and now it's all just these random bunches. Like, I guess if I work at it a little bit and fluff it up, it might be salvageable, but that was not the type of a surprise I wanted, to find it's all messed up. Anyway. According to the forecast, the rumor was that it was going to be raining pretty hard this morning. It's misty, that's for sure, but not a drop on any of this stuff, so it's great news. Nothing worse than packing up a tent when it's soaking wet. Found another one of these little dollar store chairs, and yeah, this thing must have cost $2, and it's fallen apart a little, but for the $2, I can't believe how well these work as long as you don't sit down full force on them. Yeah, last week all the fire departments around here did like a little food drive thing, and they put a firefighting boot on the table and everybody puts money into it. And they give that to the food bank. They raised over $100,000 for that. So I saw that in the news today. But they gave me one of these handy little things when I made my donation to the boot, and it comes in handy for camping. It's not stealthy at all under any circumstances, but it's good information to have about fire smoke alarms and stuff. Just as when I found it. Not a stitch of garbage anywhere. I combed over this place pretty thoroughly, and I'm impressed. Not a wrapper, not a gum wrapper, not an empty can, nothing. So this is a really refreshing thing to see in the woods beside a busy road. And speaking of that, yes, this road is still definitely quite busy. But after I've already committed the crime, I'm not worried about anybody spotting me on the way out of here. I just have to grab my sunglasses and my hat that I stashed into the tree, and let's get back to the car and pray it's still there. I don't think there would be a problem. it didn't look like a no parking spot, but I didn't see anybody else parked there. So let's see if there's a ticket on the window or something, but I think I'll be okay. Just like that, I'm out of the woods. Well, it didn't get towed away, so that's a good thing. It's like, it looks like it was supposed to be a bike lane or something. Like, it doesn't look like a normal parking spot. The sidewalk turns right into this, and nobody else is parked here, but there's no signs that say I can't. Just felt weird being the only one parked on such a long stretch. Anyway, car looks okay. Time to get out of here. Not even a ticket on the windshield. How about that? Well, thanks everybody for following this week's adventure in the woods behind a fire hall. As always, if you can handle this type of stuff, please consider subscribing. It does help. And on the same note, if you are subscribed and this is no longer your jam, I take no offense if you unsubscribe. It goes both ways, of course. So I'm going to keep on looking for these spots and doing other types of projects. If you know of any good stealth camping spots out here on the West Coast, please send them my way, and I'll definitely make it worth your while and give you some shout outs here, because I used to spend a very much smaller portion of my time trying to find stealth camping spots. And those were back in the days before the roundabout and stuff, where, you know, literally just beside a hiking trail was incredible content. And now the game's been upped so much that I spend most of my time actually searching on Street View and Google Maps and driving around to find spots. So the rules of the game are they can't be full-blown trespassing. I can't have permission to do it, and it's got to be safe. So those are like the three kind of rules, and that narrows things down quite a bit. But I will keep searching, and I'm gonna mix things up with you know, I have a couple of other stealthy spots, so I'll mix that up with some more, you know, interesting shelters, that type of stuff, and just adventure in general, because just got to keep on driving until somewhere feels like home. So thanks for following along on the journey, and we'll see you guys on the next one.